G'day guys, Seeney here and welcome to another episode on the Australian Wealth channel. And today, I just got even more bullish on the Tattooed Chef. So let's get straight into it. So, Tattooed Chef has recently made an acquisition which has made me even more bullish about the company. I actually didn't see this one coming, but it's really exciting to hear that the Tattooed Chef is taking growth in their business very seriously. Now, of course, the company is already growing incredibly fast, but I think this new acquisition that they've made is going to help increase growth even more because, that's something that's really important for this company is being able to prove those numbers and get huge revenues year after year. So before we get started, please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps to get these videos out to more people. One of the great things about the Tattooed Chef is that they have basically no debt and they have a lot of cash on hand. In fact, they have over 9 figures of cash. So that's over $100 million in cash that they have available on their balance sheet that they can use before taking on any debt, which makes the company in a really strong financial position to be able to make acquisitions like this, which can help to boost the growth and the revenues of this company. So the acquisition that the Tattooed Chef has just made is the acquisition of Foods of New Mexico. So this is a really exciting one because it allows the Tattooed Chef to expand into a massive market of Hispanic and Southwestern foods. So that's worth roughly about $20 billion a year. So with the Tattooed Chef entering this, it means they'll be able to pick up a slice of that pie. And on top of that, it increases their manufacturing capabilities. So in this deal with Foods of New Mexico, they have acquired 2 new factories to be producing goods. So the exciting thing about this one is that Tattooed Chef is going from just frozen foods, which they've been working on now, to expanding to refrigerated and also ambient products. So this was much sooner in the roadmap than I actually thought was going to happen for Tattooed Chef, which means that if they're expanding their product range, it means they can get more out to people, which is so exciting. Utilizing these new capabilities, the company expects to be able to launch a heap of branded products across additional categories. So originally, the Tattooed Chef was just targeting the frozen food sector, but this is obviously expanding into snacks and other things like that. Acquiring these 2 new factories means that growth is going to be accelerated. And it means they're going to be able to pivot a lot faster and have much stronger manufacturing capability. On top of this, the Tattooed Chef has also upgraded their guidance. They believe they're going to be making more money. So this acquisition costs roughly $30 million to make, but they believe that it's going to contribute to an extra $200 million every single year once fully functional and built out. So the Tattooed Chef has increased their guidance to a range of $235 million to $242 million for the year. So this has been updated, which is an increase from 58% revenue growth to 63% revenue growth. So they're anticipating an extra 5% in growth because of these particular acquisitions. When we take into account additional growth from these factories, that guidance is probably going to be updated even further, which is something one of the reasons why I really like this company. It's everything I look for when I'm looking for an investment. A massive growth rate, a really great balance sheet, and on top of that, they're continually innovating and trying to build the company into something bigger. Something else the Tattooed Chef has mentioned after this particular acquisition is they believe that gross margins are going to increase from 20 to 25%, which is fantastic. The more they can increase gross margins and make it cheaper to produce and make more revenue, the more that's just going to go to the bottom line, which is fantastic for shareholders. So I've built a massive position in Tattooed Chef at this point. I'm going to be revealing the size of that position very shortly in another video. But of course, with all investments, you need to do your own due diligence and make sure that this is the right investment for you. I know it is the right investment for me because I have a relatively high risk tolerance, and with the share price as depressed as it's been, I think roughly about filming this, it's in the $17 range. I've been loading up massively because that equates to a valuation of roughly, $1.2 to $1.3 billion. So at this particular price, I think the Tattooed Chef is a great deal, and I'm hoping that we're going to see some fantastic returns in the future. potentially 5 to 10x what the share price currently is over time, as long as the company can execute as they have been. So if anyone's been following the Tattooed Chef recently, you would have noticed that in the US, most of their products have been completely sold out of stores because they're so popular. Places like Target, Walmart, and Sam's Club just have not expected the demand that Tattooed Chef has been getting. So what this means is that they've actually increased their orders and they're starting to bring more of those products and more SKUs into the stores. Most of these companies just weren't expecting the demand. So that is, of course, a great sign for Tattooed Chef, and they'll obviously be continuing to provide those stores with even more product. So for me, is Tattooed Chef a buy or a sell? Well, I'm obviously not going to be selling at this price. I'm going to be continuing to buy probably anywhere up to about $25. Anything under 20 especially, I think is a fantastic deal, but definitely up to 25 I'll be having a look at when I'm fully building out my position, which is already pretty significant. So I'm really happy with the size of that position, but I will reveal all of that shortly on the channel. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Really helps to get these videos out to more people. So thanks so much, and we'll see you later.